What's going on YouTube? It's Cloud Atlas 995 here, doing a little deck profile for you guys today. It's on my Hieratic Dragon deck. This is definitely my favorite deck that I've ever used before. I don't know, I've always liked the whole like dragon deck kind of thing. They just always got my attention, but this deck is it's an excellent deck. I love this deck. So, let me go ahead and get this started. Got your 3 Tapnuit Cyber Dragon of the deck. He's really great, especially on first turn plays, because normally your opponent is always going to set a monster or summon a monster, so if you've got this guy in your hand when you first start off the duel, like, it's basically game over for them, because you can just start getting out of Tom and all those cards everybody knows and loves. Got your Sue. This is your, basically kind of like your MST monster. A lot of back row hate right here. He's a good card too by himself, even if you don't use his effect. Because, I mean, he's a 22 beater, so, I mean, he works out really good if you can get him out right at the beginning of the duel too. Him and Tapnuit are great. Really like them. You got your 3 A set is great if you only have, like, this card out on the field. Like, this is your only Hieratic monster out on the field, and you have, like, a Wattail or Luster Dragon out. You just make all the monsters on the field that level 6, and you can go straight into like a Tom or Swordbreaker or something like that. Just a nice rank 6 monster, got a decent attack on him. And then you got Nebthet. Nebthet's great because he lets you pop a monster card on your opponent's side of the field. Definitely running 3 of each of your Hieratic Dragons. I've seen a lot of Hieratic decks that only run like 2 of like Nebthet or Eset. And I don't know, it just works out better if you run 3 of each. It's always worked out better for me. I tried to use 2 a couple times, and it never really worked out for me too well. So I recommend running 3 for all your Hieratic Dragons. It'll just work out better if you use all 3. But he's a good card. I don't know, he's probably like my least favorite one, just because he's not that strong, and he's a level 5, so you can't really get too many of the rank 6 outs, because I don't use too many rank 5s, I only use 2 rank 5 exceeds. But you got your Red Eyes. Definitely gotta have Red Eyes. Great combo with a Tum. You can get out a Tum, detach, and then search for Red Eyes, bring Red Eyes out, and then just bring back one of your monsters so you can attack that turn, so you're not just sitting there, and you can actually do some damage because the Tum doesn't let you attack after you use this effect. Got your normal monsters, your Wattail and Luster Dragon. Always only run 1 of each. Chain Disappearance is your worst enemy if you use 2, but I'm pretty sure everybody already knows that. I've seen people use Curse of Dragon too, just to get the rank 5s out and everything, but I don't really use rank 5 monsters. I don't know. It just works better the rank 6 way, I think. And finally, you got your 3 Effect Veilers. Effect Veiler's great. Gotta have hand traps. A lot of meta decks use so many freaking effect monsters, so Effect Veiler just like shits on them basically, especially like Insectors. I know my friend runs Insectors, so he'll bring out Centipede, and he'll have his Hornet in the graveyard, so he pitches off Hornet in the graveyard and just boom, right on Centipede, so Centipede can't equip him. Alright, and then you got your 2 Hieratic Seals of Convocation. This card is great. It just adds cards to your deck just in case you don't have any Hieratic monsters. So you get to bring one to your hand, because if you don't have any monsters in your hand, this deck pretty much sucks. So if this deck doesn't go off in like the first 2 turns, you basically lose, unless you can just like magically pull something out. There have been a couple times where I've come close to topping out, and it's bad. Like, if you just sit there and top deck, it just sucks. But this card keeps the flow going. It saves you a lot. Next, got Hieratic Seal of Supremacy. This card's great. If you don't have a monster to tribute, you can just drop one of these, special summon the Hieratic Dragon from your hand. Works out really good. You got the 3 pots, well, 2 different kinds of pots. You got 2 Duality, 1 Avarice. Avarice is great because you end up sending a lot of cards to the graveyard with this deck. So this card's really good. And then Duality helps you if you don't have any monsters in your hand and you're trying to get like Tapnuit or something out, just so you can drop something on the field so you're not wide open the whole time. This card works out really good. And then you got your staples. You got Reborn, Book of Moon, Dark Hole, and then your Heavy Storm. And then I also run 3 MSTs because there's so many decks out right now that just use a lot of back row stuff, so you gotta have those cards to just get rid of those cards because you don't want to end up attacking into like a Mirror Force or something, or them drop like, I know my friend runs Gravekeepers, and I always hate doing that because like if you drop a lot of cards in your graveyard, you gotta use like Pot of Avarice or Monster Reborn or something, you can't do anything with your graveyard because Necrovalley's out. You drop one of these and get rid of that. Hate doing with Necro Valley, that's a terrible card. You got Mirror Force. Mirror Force is good. I usually don't get too many chances to use this because of one card I have in my deck. But I mean, it's better safe than sorry. Always have that. Then you got the Solemn Brigade. All 3 of these. I usually don't, like I said before, I usually don't use traps too much in this deck. I don't have very many of them. Only got 7 traps in the whole deck. But I mean, these cards are just everybody uses them. I mean, everyone knows what they do, so they work out good if you can get them, if you can pull them off. And then I run 3 Royal Decree just to stop cards like the Solemn cards, and like Macrocosmos and the Mirror Force and all that stuff. Just those stupid shenanigan cards that just pull crap on you, and like Torrential and stuff. Because this deck uses a lot of special summoning, like a lot of summoning one turn. And so everybody's going to wait until you get done and then Torrential the last monster and just wipe out your whole field, and that sucks. So definitely recommend in any Heretic deck or any deck, period, that uses a lot of special summoning or summoning in general, definitely need to run Royal Decree in them. It's just a really safe card to have in your decks. Alright, and now on to the extra deck. Run 1 Tyrus, 1 Adrius. Tyrus is definitely my favorite out of the 2, just because Tyrus will let you get rid of cards on your opponent's side of the field if he gets attacked. He's pretty great. I really like this card. Yeah, it's a good card. And if he attacks, you just blow up one of their cards, no matter what it is, and he doesn't get affected by card effects too, which is really great. I mean, Adrius is good just because Adrius lets you like get rid of stuff, but I don't know. I'd pick Tyrus over Adrius every single day of the week. I run in 1 Force Focus. I want to get another one of these just because Force Focus is a really good card. I mean, he just stops like all card effects, which I love about this card. It's so great, especially against decks that use a lot of card effects. It's just a good card. I think most people, if they're running 6-star monsters in their decks, they should definitely get Force Focus. 1 Swordbreaker, just because Swordbreaker, he's Swordbreaker's 27 beater. Lets you basically destroy any card that, you just call out a card and then boom, it's gone, basically. So, he works really good against, like, archetype decks. Really good. And then, finally, I got 2 Atom. I need another one because you just need to run 3. You can get away with running 2. I get away with it, but I need the 3rd one just in case somebody just drops, like, Dark Hole or something and gets rid of them. But it's a really good card. And then I need 2 Gaia Dragons just because, like, you need to have those in Heretic decks. But alright, so that's my Heretic deck. Hope you guys enjoyed it, so don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. I'll try and put out some more videos soon. I've got a trade binder I was maybe going to see if anybody was interested in that. So, yeah, alright, well, Cloud Atlas 995 here, and I guess I'll catch you guys later.